line. Your favorite's carved in stone divine. It's all about your top four, nothing more. Rushmore Show kicking down the door, ranking the icons, the greats we adore. It's all about your top four, nothing more.
This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top four and nothing more. Andy, we are here. 4 people in the chat already. Sorry, we are just getting on. Now 6 people in the chat at 30 after, but Andy had some VBS stuff to do, and so I used that time to kind of promo and shoot things out. Speaking of Bryce JW, our first George member, welcome to the show. Bryce, man, in the house. 8 people in the house. If you're here, hit that like button. Garfinhopper, I saw that you said you have never been here. You've got a wrench, dude. What do you mean? What do you mean you've never been here? You've been here. All right, so here's the deal. We are rolling today. Yeah, we had to, so yeah, we did a little AI song. Dusty Flotilla. Dusty's in the house. He's going to be on the show next month. He's jumping in with well, how did you get the wrench, Garfinhopper? Garfin Bopper. How'd you get the wrench? You've been here. They've been here from Bryce. No, I don't know. Kenneth Bird in the house. Hi to everyone in here from Virginia. Well, yeah, welcome from Virginia. Hey, so a couple things. Number one, yeah, it's a new day. We have a new intro song. We love our old intro song, but we kept getting flagged for it, so we wanted to do a little something for ourselves, and that's just awesome. Bryce is going to be on the show. Waves and Games was on the show last week. What an amazing show. Extreme sports movies. Go check that out. And everybody go check out oh yeah. Garfin Bopper. Yeah, I'm always putting it in Ren's thing because I come check out Ren's all the time. So how did you get? I don't know. That's where I know you from. Garfin Bopper has it. So Ren Renaissance is got a cool little channel playing video games. We'd love to get him on over here. And welcome, Garfin Bopper. This is for you. So now I know where I've seen your thing. I genuinely have no clue, dude. Well, I don't know. So, but here it is. You're just a cool guy, so we just hand those out anyways. But we do give the wrenches out pretty quickly to people we trust. So maybe I don't know how that happened, but we trust you. So welcome to the Summit Squad. This is for you and all our other new folks in there. 12 people. So, welcome to the Summit Squad, everybody. And let me tell you what that means. Basically, we're going to go on a little journey tonight, and we're going to go our top 4, as we always do. Today, we're top 4ing sequels that are better than the original. Now, Andy, you know just as well as I do, we both thought this was going to be harder than it really was. It was kind of easy to put together a very good list. But because the common thing is that sequels suck, right? Sequels suck, and that might be a good list to do too. Is
I was talking to our guest backstage before this that I found a heftier list of sequels that don't measure up to the original,
right.
Which would be definitely a fun topic for the future.
But there is a very good list of ones that do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And kind of what I felt is probably the last 20 years or so, 2000 on, when special effects have gotten better, storytelling's gotten better, directors are getting better, that the planning for one movie is planning out for 3 or 4 movies.
Yeah.
So those second and third installments get a lot better. But when you have like an epic number 1, and they're trying to like capitalize and do a second one and jump in and try to make another one that's just as good, it usually stinks, right? And so that's kind of the thing. But I did find a good list, and I am excited to start this one off. I think we're going to have a lot of Rushmore in tonight if we intentionally do the GOATs. But there are some that I'm coming in hot with that I'm going to be sad. Two of mine that I want to be on the top 4 are sitting right outside the top 4 just so I can say some of the ones I want to.
On the bubble.
And oh, yeah, they're on the bubble. They're on the bubbly. Hey, Bill Keys, Popcorn, Yellow Stripe Smiles in the house. Bill Keys. Everybody, while you're here, you all have wrenches. I think you all have wrenches. Put in your channel if you are a creator. And everybody go and follow and like and love and share the community with everybody right now in the chat. If you haven't already hit the like, we're about to get this thing started. It is the best thing. What I've noticed in a live, the best thing after the live is over is that someone's hit the like. Now, I've got something I want to say today. So we're talking best sequels of all time, Andy. Here is your question of the day. Are you guys ready? So here's the question of the day. I want you guys all at the end of the show to go and put it in the chat. I want you to tell me what the very worst sequel is you've ever seen.
Ooh.
The very worst sequel. Number 1, you're George. Very worst sequel.
Can I type it in the chat now?
Not now. After the show tomorrow, sometime this week. So think about it. Simmer on that and bring that baby back on over to the show. Let's get this thing going. Oh, Andy, the Switch 2 released yesterday.
That's a sequel.
And it is a sequel. And I've been watching people play it. It looks fun, man. This new Mario Kart game looks awesome. Fat Boys gave away one to Blitz. Blitz won it. Oh, religious fanboys in the house. Love that channel. That's a fun little channel. Got a little religious fan. Hey, religious fanboy, I was kind of playing games with your avatar with AI the other day. Trying to just mess around with it because it's kind of like a cool little perfectly drawn AI character. I like Dusty's character too, the little rabbit. It's kind of cool. But hey, look, so let's get this thing going. I don't think there's a new Mario Kart, is there? Yeah. Yeah, the Mario Kart World Tour on Switch 2. They've been playing it all day long. All day long. It's wild. It's pretty cool. What's up, PCG in the house? Hunter, yeah, they dropped one with the Switch 2. Yeah. So let's get this thing started. Oh, I see Foxx. Foxx is ready to get out here. Andy, we are going to talk about top 4. We're going to talk about top 4 sequels that are better than the original. Let's get it. Yeah, man. Thanks for making your day, religious fanboy. I've been playing with your avatar like in AI and just kind of mess. I love, dude. If you've been around here for a while, you have to know that I love AI. I was just talking with our guest today. You know, I've been writing some books, and I'm not scared to say it. I've used a little AI to help me gather my thoughts and get things together for a lot of these things, which is kind of skipping the middleman. I'm doing most of the writing, if you will, but I love AI, man. Look, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it, and Sarah O'Connor might not be, but hey, I am here for it. And so, hey,
she might be talked about today.
Yeah, we might talk about her a little bit. I hate AI. It's evil. I tried it. It tried to drown me. Hey, and it is what it is. But it's pretty fun. I love messing with it. It's my new Google, Andy. I go straight to I don't even Google anymore. I don't go to any search engine. Go right to that because I can, and it literally talks to me like it's like, you know, what was that Joaquin Phoenix hymn or what, where it was talking to the AI. It responds back to me as KP now. KP, this is the answer I have for you. It's so funny. So what's up, Foxx? Good to see you. Hey, so look, speaking of Foxx, 16 people in the chat. Say hello to our friend. He was on the show first or second week of music, and we did video game boss music, and great fun. He found us because Retro Rob was on the show, and Retro Rob came on and brought Foxx along because he did a little interview with Foxx. So yeah, we're gonna have Foxx on today. Foxx is gaming. Welcome to the show. Bring him on. Bring on down. Get on down the road. Oh, and by the way, I do see PCG. What's up, Foxx? Good to see you. And Javier. Javier, yeah, Retro Rob. You can say it like that. Retro Rob is a great guy. But Javier is not going to be able to make it today, and we're gonna stop the channel right now. And look, we're gonna pray for him real quick. Chris Reed in the house. Chris and Bryce in the house. Chris and Bryce are coming on the show. Chris, I need a good picture from you that you want me to use. But these guys are coming on to do your favorite childhood game, which is kind of a big, like, broad spectrum of topic. But I want to pray for Javier. Compass Chronicles. He was on the show about 3 weeks ago. Great Christian guy. He is battling a disease, if you didn't know, and it had a little bit of flare up tonight. And I just want to pray for him. So, Lord, I just want to come to you right now before this show. This show means nothing compared to that. I want to pray for our buddy Javier. I want to pray for him and his channel and his family. But I also want to, you're the divine physician, like I always say. You can reach in and you can change. Just like you picked up the mud and blew life into it, you can change everything over him. Just like my friend Billy, who was prayed over and relieved of encephalitis. I mean, for goodness sake, look. Autoimmune encephalitis. Listen, Lord, you can do a wondrous thing over my friend Javier, and find him right now today. Allow him to rest and not be upset that he missed the show. And we'll get him back on again soon. In Jesus' name, amen. So we're rolling right along. Let's get this thing down. My thoughts go out to Javier. Thanks, Dusty, and thanks to everybody in the chat. Let's do this. Foxx, tell everybody. Darth in the house, my man, Darth. Thank you for being here. Darth is over on the Twitch side. Twitch is a hard thing, man. It is crazy. Declan's in the house. Twitch is kind of hard to get into. Hey, look, it's the best looking guys on YouTube. I'll be on that guy's show tomorrow, Real Life with Sean. Go follow Real Life Perspective. Declan, thanks for being here. If you guys have a channel, make sure you're sharing it and go and share the love all around. So, Foxx, tell everybody in the channel all about you.
Well, hi everyone. I'm Foxx Siker, your host with the most fur, as they say, and I do a lot of gaming videos, and I write a lot of books.
Yeah,
published novels are out there. Entity of the Wood, look that up. And yeah, I'm just really all about media and video gaming in general.
awesome. So, Declan, are you from Canada? I don't know. He ended it with A. Maybe. I don't know. So, welcome to the show again. And yeah, he's got some books, fantasy, kind of on the more adult, darker side, right? And yep. Look, nailed it. But I had my first raid tonight on Twitch, and it was awesome. It happened right after you left, bro. I felt so blessed, dude. Are you talking to Darth? Listen, we had a couple raids sometimes from Fat Boys, and it's like amazing when they show up. Pretty awesome. So, yeah. Well, everybody, go follow Foxx. He's got a cool little video game channel. He's actually got 2 channels. But that was not my intent to sound extremely Canadian, though.
Let me just say this as a foreshadowing. There may be mention of a prominent Canadian actor quite a few times tonight. I'll just leave that out there.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Where is Canada? Blame Canada! Blame... I don't like that show. I don't know why I'm saying that. Foxx sounds like a really cool guy. Yeah, he is. Foxx is a cool guy. He is a writer. Foxx, where can they find your books?
You can just Google my name, really, and the whole front Google page will probably be me and my social media links and books. It's easier that way, but thewood.webador.com also has them.
Yeah, PCG, not your fault. It literally just happened about an hour ago that he messaged us. All good, man. All good in the hood. We are a cool little community just looking out for each other. So, Foxx, do me a favor. Can you, while we're chatting this thing up and getting this thing going, sometime tonight, can you write your book titles and things in the chat for people to see? And
Sure,
so they
I
can
can
go
do
search
that.
up. And then, all right, guys. So while I'm talking this up, maybe Foxx can do that. We got some new guys in the chat, some guys returning. And since you're just returning, maybe you forgot. So let me give you this again. I don't know why we got two of them, but hey, we're gonna go on a journey, and we're gonna go up the mountain, and up the mountain, we're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1. That's Rosie, TJ, Jazzy, Jeff, Link, and George. In between, we'll give you a couple commercials, and we're just gonna talk about our 4 favorite sequels that are better than the original. You can follow along with us and go with us. 4, 3, 2, 1. If you got to head on out of here, 2 things. Well, 3 things. 1, leave your list in the chat. 2, come back sometime next week and tell me what your least favorite sequel is of all time. Your least favorite sequel is of all time, like most disappointing, somewhere in the chat of the video after the live goes off. And third, we always do a poll online on Instagram. And Andy, I think Waves and Games won it this week. I came in second. You came in third for this one. Last I looked.
Well, that's unofficial. I'm still boycotting. We're gonna do a recount. There's a lot of hanging chads this week. There's a lot of hanging chads. Those are hanging chads on the Instagram world are the people who like the post but don't.
Yeah, there's so many. So guys, when you go to Instagram, don't just hit the heart, which that's cool. Go and pick which one you want the most. Like, let's see who gets the most votes. I think the most votes we've ever gotten is 10, and we usually get like 25 likes. Like, go hit just vote. If T2 doesn't make the list, we riot. We riot. Okay, we might riot tonight. So here we go. Let's talk about the list. For you guys that haven't been around in a while, let me tell you. So first off is criteria. I always talk about Tom Brady. I'm not going to talk too much about today. Most of you guys have already seen this. Is Tom Brady the greatest quarterback of all time? It depends on where you're from, how you were raised, what city you're at, if you played against him, whatever. So you might not make your mountain. So like tonight, my George is by far, it's probably not on anybody else's mountain. Andy, it might be on yours. Maybe. It's still, no, I don't think it's on your mountain. But it is one of my absolute gems of a movie. And I love it to death. And so that's just because how I was raised, what I do, and things like that. So we believe that the Rushmores are very close to us and nostalgic and iconic to us. And so this doesn't have to be the GOATs. T2, GOAT. And I agree, it should be on many lists. But it might not make all of ours. And that's okay. And that's what this is about. So let's do this. Foxx, you're first. What's your criteria tonight?
My criteria were movies that I would rewatch and movies that I've seen, sequels of movies that I just would rewatch more than the originals anyway, for the most part. But some might be some interesting picks, some surprises, but some might not be so surprising. Like my number 4 for today.
All right.
So let's jump in this. Number 4, we call him Roosevelt. Kick us off hot, man. So where are we going to start this expedition?
I'm just going to rip that Band-Aid off and say Terminator 2.
Wow, right off the bat.
Then we're going to start a riot. No more rioting, guys. No
that
more
was
rioting.
my number 4, so no riots.
T2. T2.
So what about T2?
So
Other than all of the obvious, tell us about T2.
it was actually the first Terminator movie I actually ever saw as a kid.
Wow.
I probably shouldn't have been watching rated R movies as a kid, but my mom worked late and I would watch it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I just liked the whole the movie premise of that kid that has that the Terminator and how he managed to kind of humanize it and just all the quirky one-liners like "I'll be back." It was all in there, and "Hasta la vista, baby," and
Awesome.
it was just a great movie. And I would argue that it's in fact better than the original.
I would argue that it's better than all of them.
I think the cool thing, obviously, with it changing from a villain to a hero, that whole like idea change between T1 and T2. T2 is Terminator. Like that's what I think of when I think of Terminator. I think all of the moments I think of in Terminator, I pull from Terminator 2. This is the best of the saga. I do agree with Kirk, like he says.
All right, so couple things happen in the chat. One, I am so sorry if you're still hanging out there. 3 Good Nerds, I missed you. I'm just scrolling back, and I missed 3 Good Nerds. We'd love to have 3 Good Nerds on during sports. We're booking that right now. I was going to message him sometime this week. But we got some in the chat. T2 is the George for Dusty. Empire Strikes Back, Wrath of Khan, and Aliens. He's going a big sci-fi side. Dumb question, Darth. Do third release movies in the series count? So this is kind of what we talked about in our little private chat. As long as it's in the same storyline, if you get what I'm saying. Not a reboot. Reboots don't count. We've already done reboots. So the example I use is Batman. It's been rebooted several times, right? So if it's in the first set, the middle set, or the third set, that's one thing. But the third one can't count for, like, the reboot Batman Begins necessarily can't count for any of them because it wasn't a sequel. It was a start of a new set. Now, something like Star Wars has, 9-10 films, but they are literally all in sequence if you watch them. They all are. So everything past A New Hope is available, basically. So yeah.
Well,
if you
other than
branch off into
prequels.
a reboot of some sort, then no. So that's kind of where we're at.
On the Star Wars basis, I would say that the prequels don't count. Like, I couldn't say Phantom Menace is a sequel to anything, to that in the sense of.
I mean,
that.
technically,
but I would say that Clone Wars would count as a sequel to.
Right.
It's
right.
like
so
what
you
it's
can't say
relative
Phantom
to.
Menace because it's literally the one.
Right.
Because it's a prequel. No ones.
But there's sequels in the prequels. It's so
there's
crazy.
sequels in the prequels. Yes.
Yeah. All right. No, that's great, dude. T2, I mean,
So
coming
T2,
out.
Let me throw this out there. First off, let me look it up. But T2 is, in fact, one of those two that I said is not going to make my mountain today. It's one of the two, and it's not because it shouldn't. I had it there. Here's the reason that I took it off in looking. When it's my turn, I'll talk about my criteria. And you mentioned kind of all the things about my criteria. Is it rewatchable? Yes. Have you seen it? Yes. Those kind of things. Is it better than the first? Yes. But one other tidbit that I have that I not that it has to be like this, but when I got down to the brass tacks, I probably haven't seen T2 in 15 years. And I was like, it is so good, but there's other ones that I've been watching more recent. And would I watch it again? Yeah, absolutely. It's a great movie. But it can't probably make my 1 through 4 because I haven't seen it in such a long time.
Interesting side note about Terminator, and when we're in the movie series, we like to do this. Rotten Tomatoes, high praise, gives it a 91 critic and a 95 audience. However, even more impressive, Terminator 1, 100% on the critic meter.
On
On Rotten Tomatoes. T1, 100 on the critics, and 89 on the audience. So the audience agrees with you, Foxx, and me.
Wow!
That T2 is better, but a hundo. I mean, it's a literally critically perfect movie, apparently.
And it is a very good movie.
I think Terminator 1 is great, but I do agree that T2 is the best of them.
Well,
I mean, we're splitting hairs. What are we saying? The difference in a 91 and 100, it's still a fantastic rating,
so
right?
Also, we're not saying the first film isn't good.
Right. Yes.
We're just saying we would probably prefer to watch the second film more.
There's a segue into my criteria. So I'm next on this list here. So for me, there's sequels that I like, right? There's sequels that we just mentioned before are horrible, but are good in their own right. You know, in the sense, you know, if you like bad movies, whatever. But there are sequels that I unequivocally believe are better.
1/3.
There are sequels that I believe, without a shadow of a doubt, are better, supreme to the original. There are sequels that, when I'm watching it, I want to watch that one more than I want to watch the original. Again, not that the original is bad, not that the OG is bad. I think that listen, I probably wouldn't want to watch many sequels if the first one's bad. The first one's got to be good enough for me to be interested enough in the series to want to pick up the second one, right? But with that said, they have to be exponentially better than the original for me. Like, there has to be a clear delineation between it. And I think, Foxx, to me, T2 falls into that, right? I think that, like, to me, if somebody says, hey, I want to watch Terminator, my mind is we're watching T2.
Yeah,
like, without even thinking. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's what every scene I think of this one. Every quote I think of this one, right?
Yep.
So
that is a tough one. That's a tough one. Sean?
Nice. There it is. Let me throw that up there. Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, Back to the Future 2, Aliens, and Return to Oz.
No, I don't know.
That's a good list. All right. Well, with that said, my Rosie. Now, you gotta bear in mind here, okay? 90s, 2000s kid, but I have kids in my house. A lot of the sequels I watch are directly influenced by my kids. So, my first two off the list are
going on Disney today?
I'm gonna pull out a little bit of Walter himself, right? and we're gonna legend has it that somewhere along the line, Walt Disney, prior to his death, decided that he was going to freeze himself, right? And I don't know if that's true. And I'm gonna listen. I think this one's a hot take.
Let it go. Let it go.
I think this is a hot take, but not, hot doesn't really work well in the movie. I'm going with Frozen 2. Now, hear me out. Frozen 1, for the people that are in the chat tonight may not register with this, but I've got 3 daughters, right? So Frozen took over my household. I mean, let it go, let it go. I mean, that was like the biggest hit. When we went to Disney, my kids wanted to go see Anna and Elsa and Olaf and Sven. And they wanted that whole deal. We've got pictures with Olaf. We've got all these things. But I promise you this. If you watch Frozen 2 with an unbiased mind, not only is the story much better, fantastic story, not only is the soundtrack, yes, I'm going to say it, the soundtrack is far superior. Everything about Frozen 2 is exponentially better than Frozen 1, right? Frozen 2, and again, audience meter, guys, we're hitting high numbers today. Audience meter for Rotten Tomatoes, 92, baby. People love this movie, but we don't, because Frozen 1 is so loved. Obviously, it was huge, but it's actually better on Rotten Tomatoes, 85% on the original, up to a 92 on the one. Please do yourself a favor if you haven't. Lost in the Woods is a brilliant song. Into the Unknown with Brandon Urie of Panic at the Disco singing that is some of the best vocals that you'll ever hear. This is so good. Look, you PCG. Listen. I know you're saying this that I didn't win this week, so I mean I'm not fighting for any votes here. I'm just gonna be honest with myself. Frozen 2 is far better than Frozen 1. Hot take. I don't know if I can say that's a pun because I don't think that's how puns work because of the freezing nature of it. I'm going Frozen 2. It's the best of all of them. Period. Zombies 2. Okay, see, there's
Carson agrees.
Descendants. Frozen 2. Thank you. It's Carson. This is my people. These are my people, right? That is cold. And let me just say this. Pause 1 second.
Mr. Cleese in the house.
And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
What?
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 I just you said it was cold, and I looked over and I saw Steve Austin. Anyway, Frozen 2, that's where it's at.
Here's the deal. When Carson told me today that's what she wanted on her list, I said Andy's going to say Frozen 2. He's going to say it. He's going to say it. I like both movies. I don't like both movies. Like I like both movies, but I'm not a fan of both movies. They are definitely not my favorite of Disney flicks. I only watch it because of my girls, and my girls are older now, so we don't watch this movie. And so I didn't watch much of 2. I've seen it one time. I like the song. Is it better? I don't know, but I sure love Frozen at Disney World.
Oh yeah,
the performance at Disney World is fantastic.
Let me tell you. I took just back in time. We went and took a trip with my girls. Now it was again, like you said, my kids are a little bit older now. We don't really watch Frozen that often. It's not one of the newer movies that's out. But when we took them there, right there, and I took my oldest in to see the Frozen live show, and the second that it actually started snowing in that auditorium, the look of wonder on Zoe's face was like worth every penny that we spent for Disney. I have pictures of that. It's one of the greatest things. But yeah. Anyway, I digress. Foxx, I'm dying to know. How do you feel about this take?
To be completely honest, I didn't know there was a 2.
Okay, well, there you go. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's great, and I'll take your word for it.
This is for all the Gen Zers that are maybe in the chat here. That will maybe there's 2 of you. I don't know. Carson's in here. Is Carson Gen? Yeah, she's Gen Z.
16. Yeah.
She's got to be a Zer. Yeah. Anyway, I know that I'm not winning votes today, but look, this is a banger.
All right. Well, yeah, you're not winning votes, but that you've put me in charge of taking this party. All right. So criteria. 13 of you still hanging around. Make sure you hit the like before you head on out. Darth, Declan, PCG, Religious. Thank you for being here, Mysticles. Here's my criteria today. 1, do I watch it? 2, do I think it's substantially better than the first one? Maybe, but it's definitely one I'd rather watch than the first one. Like if I'm going to go in order, if I was going to go out of order, I'm the type of person that likes to watch things in order. And sometimes what is the worst is when the first one's pretty bad and you have to watch the second one. Because sometimes for those kind of movies, I don't really want to watch the first one. But with that being said, I'm going to jump in pretty hot. And we don't talk enough about these movies. One, Andy, because you're not Fat Boy in the house. Fat Boy Jarade. The last time you came in here, you brought a whole bunch of friends. But Fat Boy gave away a Switch 2 today to, I think, Blitz. Congratulations to Blitz. That's pretty amazing. He's been playing his all day. I've been kind of jumping in and out. But Andy, I'm gonna go in this space, probably because we don't talk about these movies enough, because you're not like a huge fan of these. Let me just say, it's overwhelming to catch up with the movies, and that probably just gave it away.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the ending of the 3000, basically, like the ending of the whole thing. Avengers Infinity War. And I could have went Endgame. I almost did them. They're like a back-to-back, Jack. I mean, if you will. You can't go wrong either way. But seeing my childhood heroes all together. I remember when the first Avengers come out, it was like, wow, there's 5 at the one time, because remember the first superhero movie was like just Iron Man, right? And then when they put in, oh, Iron Man is with, and then when you watch X-Men. But here's the deal. This thing, bringing it all together. Now, let me also say this. Infinity War is supposed to be better, okay? Because like when they were doing this plan way back, and now they've kind of fallen off a cliff with Marvel, at least for the fan side. I still am watching most of them and enjoying most, just because I'm kind of easily pleased when it comes to that. But seeing your childhood come to life the way it has, I mean, we're living in an age that's crazy. I mean, like 20 years ago, the extreme like special effects was a puppet, and we talked about puppets on Selfcast last week. We loved puppets, but like to see the Hulk and what he's doing, and like Doctor Strange, and just all this magical and fantastical stuff happening, it was built to be the best one, and they're supposed to keep getting better, and they kind of fell off. But sometimes if it's like a standalone film and they're like, oh, this was so good, let's capitalize and make a second one, when they weren't already planning, and they have to try and come up with a new story and try and figure out how, like for instance, like a Shawshank Redemption 2, it would probably suck bad. You know what I mean? Like it, but it was in planning when Avengers was made that there was going to be a long story for this. So it's supposed to be better. But seeing the final war with Thanos and the gauntlet and the whole 9 yards just is flat out amazing. And I could pick many superheroes and go with, several of the iterations and pick the last one, basically, or the second to last one, and it would be okay. But I am going to tell you, this movie threw me for a loop in the theater. Like, just seeing it all mapped out. I remember the oohs and the ahs, and just people like being like, oh, wow. And it was just perfectly done for me. So 2018 action sci-fi, 2.5 hours, 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, 94% loved it, 8.4 on IMDb. I'm going with Infinity War, my number 4, starting off big time.
I'm going to pull an old quote. You ready for this, Kirk? Uncultured swine.
Uncultured swine.
I've been very clear about it. I very sporadically have seen a Marvel movie in the MCU. Here and there, picked a few. And most of it was when I was on my flight to Argentina. I have to put something on. So this movie itself, I have not seen. So yeah. I know it's like the big one, right, that everybody sees with Thanos and everything. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Infinity Wars is 7 years old. That's crazy. 2018, Infinity War. Look, there are some movies since then that have been kind of a bummer, and there's 2 of them I thought about having on my mountain today. So since then, in that world, in that space, and you probably can figure those out. Well, there goes one of them down there, Guardians 3. That's a fantastic movie if you've seen it, but I know Andy hasn't seen it. But my friend below might mention that today. Guardians 3 is fantastic. So that's first round, man. So what do you think, by the way, Foxx? Are you a Marvel guy, DC guy? Are you bringing this in hot?
I like comic books and comic book movies. The MCU sometimes not so much. It depends on the story that they're trying to make. Infinity War was a good one. It had a lot of cameos and returns, and it was just mind-blowing to see everyone that you've seen for the last 15 years on screen at the same time. And
I mean, just the budget for that. Just imagine like the star power that you would need to pull that off, and them all be on board. And I mean, that's what happened. That's so cool. BCG, Captain America, has several that can be mentioned today. Just saying. So that is another one. But all right, Foxx. Well, we're starting out hot. 40 minutes in. We're just getting into number 2. TJ Jazzy Jeff. Let's do this thing. Oh, Declan, Deadpool and Wolverine. I haven't seen that one, and that is a part of my criteria. Is I have to see it, and I'll tell you why I haven't seen that one. Not because I don't love it. I had an opportunity, but I haven't seen Deadpool 2. And I don't know why I haven't watched Deadpool 2, and I probably don't have to watch it, but I'm that guy. I have to watch them in order, and I'm not skipping. So I'll need to watch Deadpool 2 so I can watch that one. But you're up. You're up, Fox. What is your number 2? TJ, Jesse, Jeff. Now we don't need criteria. Just jump on in.
Aren't we on number 3 now?
Well, 3,
Well,
yeah.
2, mentioning your
okay.
second pick today, but your number 3. Yes.
We need to
I
change that, just to be clear. Always do a number 3.
This one might be actually a surprising take, and it's a little touchy depending on whether you would think of it as a sequel or not. But I'm gonna say Tokyo Drift, the Fast and Furious movie.
Okay.
I actually think it was better than the original movie. I liked the Japan setting and the drifting as the focus, and I just liked it better as a movie. As a sequel, it's kind of touchy depending on whether you would consider it one, because you only get that one nod at the end with the characters.
It's definitely a sequel, and it was before they went ultra outrageous, True Lies, crazy, like Last Action Hero, Think People Never Die, like Expendables, like Fast and the Furious at like Fast 4 and on, or whenever like The Rock showed up, Fast 5, has become like this super action, crazy whatever, and it's not much less about racing than it was about like super heist, crazy stunts. I love this movie. I thought about this franchise, but if I have to go back and say I would always watch number 1 first. I do love this movie though. Ludicrous, Japan, the drifting, different character because of the whole like situation there, but really not a whole lot of the same characters in this. But it is still a fun movie.
It's so good that Rotten Tomatoes critics give it a 38. So, and it's an audience 69 though. It's an audience, not a super crazy high number, but there is a difference between the audience and the critics. So 69 according to the audience popcorn meter. Hey, I'm going to continue this trend going. Uncultured Swine. I've seen Fast and Furious 1, and I believe that's it. That's about as much interest as I had in that movie series.
So when we first started this, Andy, Fox, just to kind of tap you in, when we first started this, we were trying to think of topics, and I threw out to you superheroes and cars, and you said, "Yeah, I'll probably never be good for either one of those." And we just went superheroes and cars on you. Unless you're talking Lightning McQueen, you're not involved. You're not.
Yeah, I mean, I think fictional cars, that may actually be a cool episode.
I would love to do fictional TV or movie cars. Yes. Like
the Chevron cars. Remember the Chevron cars back in the day?
No, I'm talking about like Knight Rider and.
No, I know, but Chevron cars are fictional cars too. They were a cartoon. I had the toys.
Yeah. Allow me to give you a great film that fits the criteria. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Now, Puss in Boots was on a list I saw this week, and I'm going to just throw this out there. I have to see the movie, and Andy, I haven't seen that one. Have you seen that one? Oh, you're bringing that on later. Andy's going to cartoon us to death tonight.
Not completely. He's going
to cartoon us to death. I haven't seen Puss in Boots. Matter of fact, I think I've only
I
seen
will say Puss in Boots is fantastic. It's an offshoot of Shrek, right? So
sure,
like,
but he's one of my least favorite.
I don't know.
characters.
Do I consider Puss in Boots the original is it? But there's been sequels of that. So yeah,
right
for sure. Antonio.
Oh, gotcha. No spoilers, but it's a peak cinema. So he's saying it's his George. It's the peak. So Andy, you have nothing to say with Tokyo Drift, but I love Fast and Furious franchise. I thought about putting it on my franchise list not long ago. I have not seen the last like 3 or 4 though. Yeah, I haven't seen the last few. There's like 10 now, I think, maybe 9. I haven't seen like the last couple. The Last Wish was awesome, says Sean. Sean, you got your list together for tomorrow? We need at least 5, and they all have to be different, right? Make sure I'm right on that. So tomorrow, guys, we're doing the toys that made us on Sean's show. Toys that made you. Can you come up with some good toys? Hey, everybody in the chat, give me the toys that made you in the chat right now. Some of your favorite toys. Help us out with our show tomorrow, Sean. And I'm not gonna say anything about those in case I want to use some, and in case you want to use some. But go ahead.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Declan's starting us off. All right. So, Foxx, good pick. Good pick. Andy, what's yours?
Yeah, I'm not venturing too far from the sort of criteria or type of movie. I'm going to go with this movie. It's a movie that I've watched umpteen times. That's a fun number. It is so good. The small little references. It's one of the movies that like you have to watch multiple times, and every time you watch it, you catch something you didn't catch before, and it's just a small little nod to something, and it's because of the basis of the movie. I'm going John C. Reilly's Ralph Breaks the Internet. Ralph Breaks the Internet is a beautiful movie. The whole premise, obviously he's a video game character in the original one, and it's like life inside of the video games. But in this one, the arcade adds Wi-Fi, and they add internet into the arcade, and then they can go venture into the internet, and you see him go to Google, you see him go to eBay, you see him go to all these different things, and it is just such a cool movie. The whole idea of just from the whole Ralph series of Game Central Station there, like where they're inside the outlet, right? And it's like a train station. It's amazing, right? And then kind of like Infinity War, you get to see all of your video game heroes in one movie. You get Sonic is happening, Pac-Man's in there, Ryu's in there. You got all of these things that are just happening, and then ones that are kind of created for Cubert's in it. I mean, like so many of these guys are in this movie, and then these made up ones and everything. But the whole internet side of things too is really cool. And in this movie, they go to a Grand Theft Auto type game where it's like just ridiculous. Things are on fire. There's literally sharks coming out of the sewers. Like it's supposed to be over the top ridiculous. But there's so many tiny little references in this movie that are hilarious. When they're playing GTA and like their character lags, like it shows how they walk and like how they're walking like into a wall, but they're still walking. Just it's those little touches and elements that was like, man, they thought this movie together so well. They bring up the YouTube, which I think on there it's called like BuzzTube or whatever, but it's like you never go to the comments section. And gosh, if you have not seen Ralph Breaks the Internet, please go see this movie or go. I guess it's probably on Netflix or something, but it is a fantastic movie. As a computer teacher, I talked about it a couple weeks ago when we did, or was it last week we did space exploration? No, it was 2 weeks ago we did space exploration movies. I brought out the fact that when we did testing, I would show movies and I did Hidden Figures. This was the other movie that I would always do. I did Wall-E, but also did this movie right here, Ralph Breaks the Internet. Go check it out. Mr. Cleese, thanks for hopping in, man. Always love when you get to come hang out. Love your content. Love your channel. Go check out Mr. Cleese's channel for sure.
So, couple things. I didn't even think of this one until today. I asked Carson what her top 4 was. when Carson put her top 4 in, this was kind of a Benjamin for her. And when she said it, I was like, kind of with my criteria, is it that much better for me? I love both of these movies so much, and I will watch both of them. These are both really good movies. I like the concept of Wreck-It Ralph. It is very, we've talked about this, Andy. What makes a good cartoon for me, much like Lego Movie, is the wittiness of the comedy.
Yeah.
And how they could pull it off. Shrek is in this world.
Yep.
Wreck-It Ralph Lego. There's so many like really good, and there's just well written. And Kung Fu Panda has a lot of that. Like, there's just some of these new movies that are, you can tell that they're for kids, but they are targeting the parents that brought the kids to the theater. You know what I mean? Like, this is the joke for you. This is a couple jokes and a couple things. Great movie. Love that. Miss Gleese, thanks for coming in. Throw your channel in there if you're still hanging around before you leave. And make sure you come back and drop us a line. I think Wreck-It Ralph is a love letter video game history. Oh, also, Andy, this is interesting. Number 1, 87%. Number 2, 88%.
Yeah, but the audience meter
1%
actually goes
better.
down. The audience meter goes down
Yeah.
from like an 85 to a 64. I don't know. I absolutely love this movie. I think it's fantastic. I do think both of them are great, but the sheer volume of how much I've watched Ralph Breaks the Internet just makes it surpass it for me. Fox, have you seen this one?
I have seen it. I don't remember much of it offhand, but I do remember enjoying it. You know, it's a Wreck-It Ralph movie.
Right. Yeah.
So it's hard for me to say if I liked it over the original, since I don't really remember them too well, but I have seen them.
Yeah. Also, I mean, we want to talk cast in this movie. John C. Reilly, Sarah Silverman, Gal Gadot, Taraji P. Henson, Jack McBrayer, Jane Lynch, Alan Tudyk, Alfred Molina, Ed O'Neill. I mean, it just keeps going on. And your favorite, man. What you call it? What's the? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the show that he's in.
Jeff Garland.
Goldberg's. Sean Goldberg.
Garland.
No, not Garland. Adam.
Oh, Adam Goldberg.
Yeah, he's the E-boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. Great cast,
All right,
great movie. Love it.
Dude, I'm gonna come. This is probably my highest ranked movie I've ever talked about on here.
Hey, check this out real quick before you go to that.
Yeah,
Real Life says
inspired me to start my channel. Yeah, that's
Come
awesome.
on. Come
Dude,
on.
you should have called it the Wreck-It Ralph channel.
Wreck-It Sean.
Wreck-It Ralph. Dark Souls 3 was better than 2 in my opinion, but 1 was the joke. Foxx game sequels that are better. Oh, y'all have a little chat going right there. I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Got a lot of cool. Jessica in the house. Thanks for showing up and lurking. Yeah, I'm probably not going to pick a couple of those tomorrow. Those are very on the girly side, but they were. My sisters would have loved them. 13 in the chat. Make sure you've hit the like. Andy, I'm probably going to say my highest movie to finish the first half of the mountain. And this movie will come up again this summer. We will talk about this movie again, probably extensively. 2008 action crime, 2.5 hours, 9 out of 10 IMDb, 94%. I don't have 100. I did say Shawshank. That was pretty high. But I'm going with one of the best superhero movies of all time, The Dark Knight. Second in the series of the Chris Nolan movies. You have Batman Begins, Batman and Robin, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And then you have Batman Begins, this, and the Bane one, Dark Knight Rises, or whatever it is. And then The Batman is out, and then just all the little fill in the blanks. But The Dark Knight changed the game. It is the quintessential best superhero movie, in my opinion. We've said it, we've talked about it. Which we do Batman movies coming up, and obviously, if we don't all crush on the George, I'm mad, to be honest. But this is Heath Ledger's performance, which there's this like urban legend. I don't know if it's urban legend or how to explain it, but there's like a conversation always had about the guy who plays the Joker and how they kind of go crazy. You've had Jack Nicholson, and then Joaquin Phoenix is example of the Joker. But Heath Ledger kind of like took this to a Shakespearean level. Like he went all in. Just so many countless cool scenes. It's got the quote, either live long enough to see you become the hero or become the villain or whatever, and that whole deal. And if I'm being honest, Batman to me is like the one superhero that most of us can kind of relate to. He lives in a depressed world. He's had loss. He's had whatever, and he has no superpowers. Obviously, he's rich beyond belief, which most of us will never even come close to. But there's always this like idea that if we could be a superhero, this is the one that is reality. He wins over some crazy things, and this movie to me was just a love poem to all DC fans, and it's fantastic. So I'm going Dark Knight, kicking it off with 94%. Man, I wonder what Batman Begins is at. Andy, I know you're not a superhero guy, but I feel like you've seen this.
This is my number 5. You took my Benjamin right off the bat. For a long period of time, this was the measuring stick that you measured every movie to. You said, well, it's no Dark Knight. Like it's good, but it's not, this movie is fantastic. It's so good. The only reason it bumped out of my top 4 is there's specific reasons why, but this is the movie that, and I don't love superhero movies, but this is so much more than a superhero movie. I think one of the cool things about a lot of the Batman movies is that it's not, I enjoyed them more than I enjoy the MCU movies, because the MCU movies to me, again, probably some good story in it, but I always look at them and I'm like, yeah, they're just like in space and ridiculous CGI and amazing just all that stuff. It's explosions and craziness. The Batman movies, with the exception of a few, again, like you kind of mentioned, we're going to talk about them later this month. There's a lot of real deep story in some of those ones, and Dark Knight's one of those ones too. You get it's almost like, again, any movie where it's like the Joker in this movie, where obviously he's a sociopath, he's ridiculous, he's psychotic, but you almost like not feel for him, but like you're like, man, he's a real person in this, like whatever. You get that kind of side of things, and it's just, and obviously Heath Ledger's.
You want to know how I got the scars? Yeah,
he's like licking his lips the whole time. I love the meme that says, "You want to know how I got these scars?" And it shows like the old like popsicles back in the day that would like cut the side of your lips or whatever.
So
this movie's great. This is a great movie.
Ready Player One was a good book. Wait, was good, but the book was spectacular. Wait, why is that in here, Dusty?
Because that was what real life was talking about.
Oh, I gotta scroll up, I guess. That's a great
movie. He said he was inspired from Wreck-It Ralph, but then Ready Player One came out after that too.
Oh, so
that was kind of like a 1-2.
Player One is one of my favorite books of all time, and I love the book. I love it. Foxx, Dark Knight.
Yeah, Dark Knight is a great Batman film. Great film in general. I thought I saw it in the theaters, and that probably made the experience a little bit better too. But I would say that it's probably my favorite Batman movie.
Yeah, there you go.
It's the scar story every time.
Also, if you watch The Office and you see Dwight Schrute dress up as the Joker, it's hilarious on the Halloween episode. Why so serious? Yeah.
All right, we're halfway. We are halfway on our mountain. We're almost there. We're right at the hour mark. We're doing pretty good time. Yeah, RP Ready Player One book and audio book is fantastic too.
Will Wheaton.
My Ready Player One book is probably, I don't even see it. It's over here somewhere, but it's up here. But when I was in working at Blockbuster, the guy that was the manager there was reading that book, and I'm not even a huge reader. I wish I was even better. One of the reasons my book is taking so long. But I jumped into that, and when my daughter had surgery, she had a rare disorder. She had surgery for Carson. Now she's 16. It's a long time ago. While I was in the hospital, I read like the first half of the book, waiting for her. But I love that. I love it. And then the movie's great too. It is short, as you would expect, because the movie would probably be at least twice as long if it wasn't. But I love what they did in the movie. So a couple things. Wheaton. Yeah. So number one, here is some shout outs. I need to do some shout outs today. And I apologize. We should have been doing these. We've had for 3 months now, or going on our third month, we have had some members of the channel, Andy. And we got to do some shout outs. And once we start doing some short, which we probably will do a couple of maybe this summer, and into the fall now that I'm finishing school, we will have got to go to a meeting. Peace out, guys. Great stream. All right, Hunter, man, thanks for being here. We appreciate you. But I do want to shout out our 2 members at the link level. These are just shout outs. And once we do some extra videos, they will be getting those fast. But that is our guy, Patrick Little, and one of our favorite ladies, part of the Modern Day Breakfast Club, Danielle Davis. And I do want to add, we have someone at the George level, and he will be getting his very own promo video that we will play right here at halftime for him. And that is our guy, Bryce J.W. You'll see his video here shortly because he is a George member. Thanks for being a part of the show. That is amazing. And if you want to be a part of that, it's really cheap, and we'll just use those funds to help spread the gospel. We go to all these conventions, and let's talk about the next convention. Man, Andy and I fly all over the Southeast, and we kind of join in these different conventions. And the next one we got going on is the Louisiana RetroCon, August 2nd and 3rd, I believe. And August 2nd and 3rd, we will be down doing a promo, and we will hang out. We will be the MCs, if you will. So we're going to go from booth to booth and kind of try and get some door prizes, and maybe start off just kind of handing out free stuff and welcoming people to the show, and kind of interviewing some of the guests and such. And then on Sunday, or maybe Saturday night, I can't remember the programming completely, but sometime we will be doing a message, and the message will 100% be on Super Mario this time. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to do, Andy, the very one of the messages that's going to be in our devotional book.
Nice.
Because I've done Mario maybe 3 times in the devotional book by now. I think we're on like probably 30 or 40, because I'm trying to do every day. But I've done Mario quite a few times. So I'll probably jump into one of those and preach on Mario and the gospel. And it's weird how those 2 things can mix. But you can literally use anything to share the gospel. And so with that being said, that will be the next one. And then we'll be at St. Tammany Collectors Con. Potentially we'll be at Pelicon and Cajun Con. And we will be at the Augusta Video Game Expo. And so that's coming up to win the Super Bowl. Speaking of Louisiana, what are the Saints going to do now that Carr retired? They're going to be in the hunt for a first-round pick quarterback next year. That's what they're going to be doing.
Tyler Shook, baby. The future is bright.
Yeah. I wish it was that easy. But we're going in the right direction. We're trending. The other black and gold might be a little better this year. So,
With that 47-year-old?
yes.
Not happening.
Yes. with a
That dude's on Oaxaca or whatever.
60
Oaxaca.
If he was 67, he'd be better than Chuck.
Well, Chuck's almost 67, so.
So anyway, with that being said, Andy, we have two friends that we have to shout out. Kind of a side note, you've already been in here and you've already heard, but our buddy who is right here, Real Life Perspective Show, I am on his show tomorrow night. Come and join us live tomorrow night. Talk about the toys that made us. So everybody go and subscribe to him. Andy, let's do two things. One, let's share our friends from Culture Box. Last week we were over at Cellcast. We've been hanging out with Retro Rewind Podcast. He's dropping Junkyard Juggernauts. I was on his show doing games. Coming up, we have a new guy from Monster Vault coming to join the show. Which one we want to do? Geek Devotions. We were on not long back for what were we on there for? Oh, top 4 anime. Who do we want to share today?
Well, we're coming up on camp season, so I figured it'd be good to shout out our friends in this camp scene in this Louisiana ministry world. Geek Devotions, like you just said. Let's check out their commercial.
Geek Devotions is a collaboration of devoted geeks that are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. They produce a weekly geek culture infused devotional, their podcast content, and written articles, all designed to encourage and challenge people in the geek community, bridging the gap between their faith and their geekdoms. Find all their content at geekdevotions.com.
There you go. Go check out Geek Devotions. Let them know the Rushmore Show sent you.
Hey, and so, Andy, I ran out of coffee the other day, and I said, Bridget, can you log into this crazy place, Village, the Village Bean Company, and see what they got there? Because we get free shit. And she was like, wow, they have a lot of stuff here. Andy, you should probably tell our friends about it so we're not the only ones enjoying.
Hey, also, speaking of friends, apparently Nightbot put Berry Berry in timeout for 10 seconds. Nightbot.
Where?
I mean, it shows it on, I have it on the YouTube pulled up here on the side in the chat. It shows it, but I don't see it in our side of the chat. So, Berry Berry, I don't know what happened. I didn't even see a comment from you, but it says here that you were putting timeout for 10 seconds. So, we're going to have to kick Nightbot out of here, man.
Well, I need to make Nightbot better. I put Nightbot on here for a reason. There are a few people that just really the hell.
Barry, I'm sorry. We have no. I didn't even see what your comment was. That apparently
there are a few people out in this community that hate people in this community, and I tried to use Nightbot just a little bit to kind of help us with some of that, and so that Sean was the one that introduced me to Nightbot to get people to be able to have to drop their channel and stuff by typing certain things and the weather and I'm stupid. I can't get it to work. So there's another couple bots out there, Botrix and all that other stuff. Master Welch in the house. Wow, do we have 2 people from Twitch at the same time? That is one of 5 in 5 chances. We don't ever get people in the Twitch side, but welcome. Welcome. Come hang out with us, man.
Wait. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I read that wrong. Berry timed out Nightbot.
Oh, he was being rude. Yeah, so I need to fix Nightbot, and so it would help us. Barry, I love that card you showed today. The is a junkyard dog scalping somebody, and I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, can you imagine if this card came out today? Just the outrage that would have. But it was such a good memory from the 80s. JYD was the guy, man. I remember where I was at when I found out he got killed. I was at my buddy Rudy's house about to go into the Air Force. I remember, Junkyard Dog and Fuji. It's such a great card, man. Thanks for sharing that and kind of praying for us always. Love you to death, B2. Thanks for being here.
Hey,
So Radius, are you friends with Welch? Are you friends with Welch or just saying hello? Welch, Master Welch, thanks for being here. Welcome to the Summit Squad. We are now starting the second half of our mountain. Oh, no,
we didn't talk about coffee. Oh, yeah. Whoa, sorry. We got to shout out the official coffee of the Rushmore Show, Village Coffee. Check it out.
Let's face it, at-home coffee can be pretty stale. Coffee at home doesn't have to be boring. The Village Coffee is here to deliver the flavor. The Village Coffee roasts coffee every week and sells online. Go to villagebeans.com to order your coffee today and use discount code Rushmore for free shipping.
There you go. Get you some free shipping on your coffee. He's got so many more things out there now. He's got cold brew concentrate you can order. I just ran out of it this week because it's so dang good. But he's got a Brazil roast now too. You can even now. I think this is probably just if you're local over here, but he does a coffee cart for like events and things where he'll come out to you and like do it for like a 2-hour event or something. Anyway, there's tons of great stuff he's doing and merch now available on his website. Go get some Village Coffee. It is just the best.
Hey, so Master Welch, just to say hello, we are the Rushmore Show. We do our top 4, and we do it in movies and TV, which is the 2 months that we're in now. But we start the beginning of the year with video games, then music, now movies and TV, then nostalgia, sports, and food. We welcome special guests every week. Everybody out in the chat, if you want to be on the show, excuse me, my goodness. If you want to be on the show, come and join us. And we would love to have you. If you're cool with us, we're cool with you. And we're usually on the YouTube side. That's the big side. But we hang out in Twitch. And whoever shows up, shows up. That's where Poetically Christian Gamer started following us from over on the Twitch side. But yeah, come on over. Shenanigans Gaming. That is Dark Link, by the way. And Dark Link is a great channel. Especially if you love watching Zelda stuff and adventure games, role-playing games. Yeah, it's Dark Link. Everybody go follow him. Shenanigans. I think I need to throw you. Would have to check out that idea. Yeah, if you want to join the show, you can always message. Look, all of our stuff is scrolling down there at the bottom. The best way to reach us is Instagram if you want to be on the show. And you're welcome. If you're a video game guy, which I'm assuming you are on the Twitch side, we do video games in January and February. We are booking for sports in October, and we're booking for food in November and December. If anybody wants to be on, my best friend just showed up, Kevin, in the house. What's up, Kev? Shenanigans. I'm going to throw you a wrench on that side. I'm pretty sure I've given you one on your other side, but on your Dark Link channel, so that you can drop your channels. I want you to be able to drop your channels in the chat. What's up, Kev? Yo. We're talking sequels better. Tonight, we're talking about sequels better than the original. So drop your answers in the chat and a couple things. And then we'll get started. Foxx, I hope you have your pick ready. Number 1, in the chat after we get off, go and put your least favorite sequel of all time in the YouTube chat after we get off. So sometime tomorrow or this week, your last sequel. So think about it. Come back and talk. 2, show up at our Instagram and vote. Don't just hit the heart. Vote which one is your favorite. I should be winning right now. And Andy is losing as always. Not as always, but it's a trend. And
Frozen 2 and Ralph Breaks the Internet are fantastic.
Yeah, they are both great. If my daughter was watching, she's going to vote for you.
I need Carson's.
And here comes Shenanigans. You are now a moderator. Thanks for being here, buddy. And then the other thing is, one, if you want to be on the show, message us. Before you leave, hit the like button. It's always the best thing afterwards. Not necessarily now, but after this is all done, whenever you have a certain amount of likes, it just flies. So thanks for doing that. What's up, Shenanigans? I'm a Twitch streamer. Poor Andy. Sorry, I haven't been around. Shenanigans. Well, I'm going to call you Dark Link. Dark Link, thanks for being here. Dark Link actually was the very first person to when we got monetized to send memberships over, and for whatever reason they didn't work that day. Remember, Andy?
Yeah.
So we appreciate you, Dark Link. All right, so Foxx in the Hound, you're up. Foxx in the Hound 2, that might be one, Andy. Foxx, what is your number 2? We're at Link. Dark Link is here, by the way. We're at Link. What is your second favorite sequel of all time that's better than the original?
I'm gonna go with Army of Darkness for
Yeah.
Good pick.
as far as the Evil Dead. It is a sequel by classification, and it's just one of those nostalgic movies that I just feel like I had to mention in this case.
This is a great thing.
It's better than the original, I'd say.
I'm just going to throw this out there. This is one of those things I just don't get Evil Dead. Army of Darkness is fantastic. But Evil Dead 1, I remember as a kid, and maybe I got to just rewatch it, but I can't fathom rewatching this movie. As a kid, I remember we watched it, and I don't want to say it was Halloween. I feel like it has to be Halloween, but I feel like it was a New Year's Eve thing because I had a babysitter, and my mom and dad used to always go to this New Year's Eve dance. And the neighbor was over, and the neighbor's kind of older. I was younger, and she watched Evil Dead, the first one. And I remember just feeling so twisted and weird. Like, it was just, I was like, what in the heck am I watching? And then as I got older, I don't know that I've actually watched Evil Dead 2, but I absolutely love Army of Darkness. If there is let me just tell you this. There might not be a bigger parody from how good a movie is to the original in this. Like, Army of Darkness is light years better than Evil Dead. Now, I might be hating on some of the people that love this series, but Evil Dead is like it's a bottom shelf tier movie. Army of Darkness is fantastic. Mr. Boomstick, dude, great. I love it.
I love this pick. I love the fact that we blend horror and comedy. This is the third, I guess, would technically, because you got Evil Dead 2, and then you got Army of Darkness. So Sam Raimi, I mean, dude, this movie, Bruce Campbell, obviously, but this is fantastic. This blends into some other movies that actually do fuse a little bit of horror and comedy together, and it's kind of one of those like early predecessors of that kind of niche genre. This is early 90s. Army of Darkness is, at least. This is, I mean, just all the scenes in it's so good. It's so good. I love this movie.
Darth Bradia says my uncle rented it, either that one or the second one, when he was a kid, scared the you-know-what out of me. I never watched him again. I remember being one, kind of scared, but two, just like I remember, like, what in the heck did I watch? Kirk, don't bother showing up tomorrow night.
Evil Dead, man, you did it. You did it in. Man.
Are you bringing Evil Dead? That's one of the toys that made us. Hey, Genesis, I saw your first one. I didn't say hello. Evil Dead in the Necronomicon. Is that what it is? Necronomicon. Is that it?
Yeah, Necronomicon.
Like, I don't know. It's just strange, man. I guess I have to rewatch now that I'm older and I actually will know what I'm watching. I
actually met Bruce Campbell once.
Now, is Bruce Campbell in the first one?
He was doing a book signing once, and I actually met him, and he was like the coolest guy you'd ever want to meet. Really, he's just one of those celebrities.
But
All about
did
the fans.
you hear me, Fox? Is Bruce Campbell in the first one?
I believe he is. Yeah, I do.
can't
he
remember
is, he is.
anybody that was in the first one. I can remember parts of it. I just can't remember. Yeah, he was in all of them. I just remember the last one and him being such a fantastic. I have Army of Darkness. I own this movie. I love this movie. I love the comedy. It's very Shaun of the Dead. It's very,
But not British.
It's like Ghouls and Ghosts meets Shaun of the Dead. I love it. It's a great movie. It's funny. It's hilarious. I don't know. I just looked at the first one. Yeah. Okay. So I just don't remember a whole lot about the first one, except my mind was kind of in a weird place.
Yeah.
But hey, Genesis, I hope your summer's going great. But yeah. Oh, cool. So I guess I'll have to rewatch. I don't know that I'm going to make it through it though. It's pretty bottom tier. Andy.
Yeah. I mean, this is a great movie. So I'm going to continue mine. I'm getting away from where I was at before, and I'm hoping with my last two picks,
Now you know it's a bad movie when this happens.
Well, you just mentioned at the end of this to put in the comments our worst sequel of all time, and it has probably one of the worst actor switches of all time is going to be my vote for the worst sequel. I just hate how they do it. Anyway, you'll have to stick around to see that. But moving now to my link, I'm going to go again. I think I'm going to buy votes back. I think this is like second half comeback. You know what I mean? Like we were down. This is being down 3-1 in the finals and LeBron pulling it through, right? Back when I actually like cared for LeBron. Now he's anyway, whatever. But I'm going to go with. I think this is the best one. Now this is a third installment in the series. The second one's horrible. The first one is one of the most beloved films of all time. Let me go to Rotten Tomatoes real quick. I want to kind of hype it up a little bit.
Wait, so the first one's beloved.
Second one's no good.
The second one's no bueno. And the third one is better than the first.
I think so. I do believe so. I'll probably get some hate for saying that. But it's okay. I don't care.
So it's a trilogy.
Yeah, well, it's much more than a trilogy. But I'm going to go with the third one as my favorite of the whole series.
Whoa. First one in order?
What?
In chronological order?
I'm going with the third one as the best one.
In chronological order?
Yes. You're not. I don't think you're thinking of the same movie as me.
Not in release order. In chronological order.
No, in both. I think we're on a different one. Anyway, I'm going with my main man, John McClane, Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance. This is the best of the whole series. Samuel L. Jackson is in this one. It opens with the bomb in New York. There's the terrorist, and then there's the whole idea about the school is going to be overtaken.
I have this pick for your George.
Yeah, this was my George, and then I bumped it down to my link.
That's why I wasn't thinking about this. I had this picked as your George. Because you talked about this numerous times.
Yeah, Die Hard with a Vengeance is the best one of all of them for sure. The school bomb, they're trying to figure out what's the school that it's going to be at, and then the whole driving down, figuring out where it is, the panic of all that kind of stuff. The cargo ship. They make it to the Canadian border too. So we had some Declans in here. I'm trying to get you a vote too. I love this movie. I think again the fact that it is also Samuel L. Jackson is in it too. When you put Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson together, it's just a great one too. I'm going Die Hard with a Vengeance. It's the best of the whole Die Hard series. I understand that people love Die Hard 1. Die Hard 2, I just think sucks. But was that Die Harder or whatever? Or Die Hard 2? Die Harder.
I like Die Hard you.
That
That was the snow one, but the airplane.
It's okay, but it's no, I don't like it. But anyway,
it's not as good as 3.
it's not as good as 1. It's not as good as 3.
Well,
It's not. It's probably the worst of the whole bunch. It's the worst of the
1
bunch.
is a fantastic movie, and we've mentioned this. 1's a better movie.
Live Free, Die Hard. Yeah, Sean was good.
1's
That was
the best
good.
of all. Die Hard 2 is kind of it's not great, but it's not a bad. But
Relative to the rest of the
is
Die
also
Hard
good. I
series,
think this whole series is good. This whole series is good. Good pick. Good pick. I had this pegged as your 1. I thought you were going. I thought you were going Star Wars here, and that's
Right.
what Sean
Right.
called me out on it. Isn't Die Hard 1 a Christmas movie? It is a Christmas movie. It's 100% a Christmas movie.
not at all a Christmas movie, but whatever.
But that's a whole nother channel. That's a whole nother channel.
We don't have time for
I
that. We're
did.
making good time tonight. So
Yeah, it's a whole nother thing. Foxx, do you love Die Hard?
I really like the original. Thinking back on it, I don't really remember the one mentioned too much, the third one. But I do remember the newer one that was all about the government and the fire sale, as they called it, was going around. And I thought Bruce Willis was getting a little bit old at that point. Maybe a little.
yeah.
Oh, you just have fighting words because Andy loves some Bruce Willis.
I love Bruce
Gremlins
Willis.
is absolutely a Christmas movie. Gremlins is absolutely a Christmas movie. It's a classic. Love. Yippee-ki-yay! We can't say the rest of it.
Monday, Friday.
I watched the trilogy with my dad. Absolutely. This is a good pick. I knew you were going here on your mount.
I will say when we picked this topic, Die Hard with a Vengeance was my George.
Oh, I had it pegged as your George because you've said it a lot over the
Mhm.
course of the last 4 years. So
Yeah.
I had it for you. All right. Well, good pick, man. Okay. Well, I'm interested to see where you go with your George. Another cartoon. Maybe that's where you throw Star Wars. Maybe
I throw Puss in Boots at number 1 now. Who
Or
knows?
Puss in Boots. I don't know. Maybe. All right. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm coming in hot. I think this might be my. Let me check. It might be my newest movie of all of the movies. Let's see. So 2018, 2008, and in my top 4, it's definitely the newest. It is probably the longest amount of time between part 1 and 2. But I'm going with an 80s classic. I'm going with Top Gun Maverick. 36 years later, coming in hot with my link. This movie has no business being as good as it was. I got Top Gun 2 for the sequel for Nintendo right here. Been playing behind me all night. But I'm coming in with Top Gun Maverick. Listen, this is how sequels are supposed to be made. This, it taps into the nostalgia. It taps into what you want from a movie. It brings back, like, it feels like when they did Indiana Jones 4 and he was so much older, like they tried to figure out what to do and they didn't do it very well. He's older and they nailed it. They nailed this movie perfectly. And I mentioned before, do I like watching the original? I love the original movie. I have watched this movie, 2022. I have watched this movie probably more than any other movie since it came out. I've just seen it so many times. It's one of the ones that we saw it in the theater. My family loves it. The whole Goose and Iceman combination. The fact that Iceman's in here, Val Kilmer as a very old, deathly dying man, and he just passed. This is, I love this. It's fantastic. One of my favorite movies of all time.
This is good. I haven't seen the movie other than we have a good friend at the church who, at his house, he's got a home theater, like a legitimate, like recliner chairs, like theater style room. And to show off his room to us, we went to dinner to his house one time. He put this movie on for the flyover scenes for the audio. That's literally all I've seen of this movie. So I had no interest in it. Top Gun to me it's a movie that just is like it's okay that it existed, and I never really paid any mind. I'm sure it's great. I'm just never really. It's just one of those movies that never is like, man, I need to sit down and watch Top Gun right now. But
Andy has $100 on my George. I feel like I should change it just to make $100.
I think it's obvious if you know Kirk what his George is. Now, did he consider this a sequel? It is absolutely a sequel.
It's a sequel.
It's absolutely a sequel.
It's a sequel.
It's not a whatever 2, but it's a sequel.
Don't give it away.
But okay, so then I have $100. Fox, what you think about Maverick?
I actually haven't seen it yet.
There you go.
Just one of those movies that I just didn't feel compelled to watching right away. I do like the Top Gun movie, the first one. So
if you like the first movie, this is just a great retell.
But here's my thing:
check it out.
Does the sequel have Kenny Loggins in it at all? And that's to me like Highway to the Danger Zone. It makes that the original, right?
I don't think it. It might.
I love the Casio keyboard in that song. It's the best.
One of the best parts about Top Gun is the soundtrack. Yeah.
Good stuff. All right.
And,
are now.
They have a good training montage.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
And
that's coming up in a couple weeks, huh?
Yeah, we'll be doing that in a couple weeks. And
we are now to the Jorge, the George, the Bryce J.W., some would say.
The Bryce J.W. We can change the name? That's awesome. The Bryce J.W.
What if we call him Bryce G.W.?
Oh.
Bryce G.W., George Washington. Come on, Bryce.
Bryce, you still hanging out? Bryce G.W. All right.
He's coming in not that long. There he is. There he is, W. There he is.
Hey, look,
Bryce
Danger Zone, Great Balls of Fire, You're Where You Belong, The Man, the Legend, Touchdown, Penny Returns, Hold My Hand, Top Gun Anthem. Yeah, they reuse a lot of the same songs.
All right, but anyway, we're to the Bryce. Fox, number 1 on your list, the best sequel that was better than the original. I'm dying to know. Where are you going? Puss in Boots, here it is. What you got?
This one might actually make little sense to some, but a lot of sense to others. I'm going to say the Gremlins 2, the new batch.
Okay.
Was arguably better than the first one. Arguably. Okay. I mean, it's kind of close, right? Like, the first movie's so great, but the second one, I just remember being more entertained by. You had Gizmo with that whole Rambo motif thing, and how they were drinking potions, I think it was, and transforming into various different kinds of gremlins, and just how ridiculous it all was in concepts.
Yep.
Welcome to the show, Rev J's Mental Journey. Forgive us. Is this your first time being here? Welcome to the show. Darth Bradius says Terminator 2, one of his fondest memories. Look, I'm going to just share. I can't get on board with this. Gremlins to me is a classic. Oh my gosh. Gremlins 2 is okay. And it's kind of how I felt. I think it was Sean said Back to the Future 2. I can't get behind that either. Man, I don't know. I'll
say this: Rotten Tomatoes doesn't agree with you, Fox. The original is an 87 and a 78 as far as critics and audience, and then the number 2 is 71.59.
I thought it might be a little bit of a salty take, but
Rev J, did you change your name? Is this the J from Modern Day Breakfast Club? You were going to do music with us one time, I believe. Maybe he changed his name. Maybe. He says he's been here before. It's been a while. But if that's you, welcome back, man. Good to see you.
I will say this. This pick right here, Gremlins 2, is the perfect illustration of what Rushmore is all about.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
This is your George. I don't think many other people have thought about this in their George. I mean, I say many. You know what I mean? Like this is not one that we normally go to, but I love the fact that you put this out there.
Rev Rad's right. That's what I was
Rad's right. That's
yeah,
okay.
he was gonna come on and do music with us, and we lost contact or whatever. Man, I miss the old Modern Day Breakfast Club, but Back to the Future 2, mainly because all the pizza merch I snagged as a kid in the future glasses, I have more nostalgia for part 2. I will say this. I love the brilliance of all the pieces falling together in part 2. Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan, pure classic, good story, great action. All right, so Andy, I'm pretty sure you're not going to mention Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan. I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm pretty sure that's not your George, because I've known you. This is the movie that I watched last night, and I tried to watch it because it's on everybody's lists, and I just can't. I'm like, oh my goodness. It was like, they finally showed Khan in like the 25 minutes, right? And I was already lost by it. Not lost in my mind and lost in like, I don't know. I wish I could love Star Trek more. I don't know, man. I just don't know. But it's in everybody's list. It's in everybody's list. So, and I put it on my thumbnail. You guys know me. If it's in the thumbnail, I'm probably not mentioning it. Yeah. Or it's my George. It's one of the two. And that was my thumbnail.
So Gremlins 2, I'm Googling through this stuff. That's the one that has the showgirl gremlin, which is one of the more unnerving things.
Yeah. And Master Welch, that's a great pick because that's what the world says is one of the best sequels. I love the new Star Trek, the J.J. Abrams Star Trek. I haven't watched the second one, Into the Darkness, but the first one was freaking.
Guys, I'm dying here. The showgirl,
John, the new J.J. one was so good.
The showgirl gremlin looks like Cardi B to me. Google it. I'm telling you.
Master Wealth. That's why we have the show.
We all dated the showgirl gremlin at one point in our life.
Let me go back to Gremlins 2. Gremlins 2, I have like almost zero memories for. It just must not have impacted me like that. I probably have to go rewatch. I know they brought in a couple new Gremlins, but Gremlins 1 was probably the first horror movie, I'm quoting it like that I watched a lot.
It scared me as a kid, to be honest.
It was scary, but it was almost so campy and silly that it wasn't. I wanted a Mogwai so bad. My latest ventures is supporting my friend, the Alaskan Avenger, and the One Life. Did Joe Dante do part 2? I don't know. The Gremlins 2 book was better.
Yes, Joe Dante directed part 2.
Really good, except they didn't have a Gremlins 1 video game. Well, we could say Blade Runner 20. Yep, 20. That's a good choice. Andy, finish your mount.
Yeah, Gremlins 2, great pick. Joe Dante did direct it. I say great pick. I haven't seen it. I'm Googling it, but great pick. I love that. That's where we're going. My number one, I mean, as soon as I just actually like thought about it for a minute, this is the number one sequel of all time, in my opinion. I think it's the best one for multiple reasons. I think most critics would potentially put this as that one. I know that the first one is beloved, but what the second one of this huge franchise does just sets it apart. I'm going with Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. This is the best sequel of all time. Listen, Hoth, the Battle of Hoth, Luke's whole. Let me foreshadow. Do we consider it a training montage? I don't know, but the whole training sequence with Yoda, I don't know if I call it a montage.
That's a training.
It's not a montage, Joe. I don't know if I would consider that. It's a whole. But anyway, the whole training with Yoda, the asteroid chase, the Cloud City, and then the Carbonite, and oh no, I am your father. Well, the most misquoted line of all time. I mean, this is the best of the OG Star Wars movies. You can make the case it's the best Star Wars movie. I know that's a hot case to make. There's so many of them that have come out. Generationally, you're probably going to have some different answers and stuff, but yeah, Episode 5 is the number one. Empire Strikes Back. It is. When I want to watch Star Wars, this is the one I want to watch. Han. I mean, with the fact that that Lando Calrissian is the only person in all the Star Wars universe to call him Han and not Han and never get questioned about it is interesting enough in itself. Cloud City is such a cool thing. Darth Vader, when they open that thing and Darth Vader's already in there, sorry, he had a better deal. Like, this is the best. I would say this. Now, we've thrown around the idea of doing movie quotes, Rushmore. I think, like Bryce says, it's the quote caused the Mandela effect. What did he actually say? What is the actual quote? But if you get the quote right, I think it's probably the number one quote of movies. No, I am your father. Like, anyway. So I'm going Empire Strikes Back for all of those amazing reasons. That's the George. That's the number one. That's the George Lucas of my.
So you switched them.
I just, yeah.
You switched them. But I didn't think you would pick this one. And to be honest.
Really?
No. I thought you were going to pick the one you alluded to in the last thing. Because I was saying chronological order. Because I thought you were going to go. I thought you were going to go number 3. Episode 3.
Episode 3?
Yeah. Because you said second one sucked, but episode 3, the third one. And you do like episode 3. You do like
3 is great. 3 is great. It's just not Empire Strikes Back. Let me just pause, just to give this a little context. I know I'm not an early 80s kid.
Yeah.
But I've said it plenty of times when episode 1, 2, and 3 came. Well, right before episode 1 came out, they re-released 4, 5, and 6 in theaters leading up to it. And it's one of the things, and I've shared it plenty of times. I went with my dad to go watch the original trilogy in theaters leading up to episode 1. And it was this ultimate nostalgia moment for me. It was a great father-son moment. We also had the box set VHS with Darth Vader's face on it. That was the original 3. And I remember Empire was the one I was going to go to every time. So there's so many nostalgic reasons for me that 5 is better than any of the other Star Wars movies out there.
All right. Well, I will just say good pick. What do you think?
No denying that Empire is one of the better if not the best one. I still like Return though.
Return's great. It is great. And look, New Hope is great.
The Ewoks and all that, and but yeah, I can't argue with that pick. It's a great one.
Right. Well, I agree. This is a great movie. And I guess it's my turn for my George. And no, Andy, I'm not picking Empire Strikes Back. If that's what you were thinking.
That's not what I was thinking.
And it's not. It's not Empire Strikes Back. It should be, because it's probably the GOAT of these. And I remember.
Let's see if I got $100.
Wait, remember I told you there were 2 movies that should have been in my list: T2 and this one. And there's a reason why this one's not in. And you'll probably hear it in a little bit. But there's a reason why this one's not in. But my number 1 movie of all time. Let me pull up the statistics.
Come on, do it.
1989. Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's doing it. 1989.
the
Yes, it is.
the best comedy movie of all time, the best Christmas movie of all time.
Yeah,
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is #1 best sequel of all time. Listen, if you've been around my house long enough, this is the tradition. We play it every year, multiple times while I'm building the tree. I know, like, when you're talking about quotes, this one's going to be on my quotes all day long, Andy. I'm going to quote the crud out of it. We're going to have the happiest time since Bing Crosby went tapping in with Danny Kaye. Listen, I love this movie.
Grace!
Grace! Eddie, can I take you out for dead? Oh, man. When he says, are you sure, Clark? I wouldn't be more sure if you stapled my head to the carpet. Listen, this movie is the best. It's the best sequel of all time. I mean, like, and it is a sequel. National Lampoon's Vacation.
Of course it is.
And you got European Vacation, Christmas Vacation, Las Vegas Vacation. And it's all the same characters, different recast. It's been recast. Audrey's been recast, and Russ has been recast. But listen, this is peak Clark Griswold. This is peak Chevy Chase. And if you're a part of the 80s, Chevy Chase was the guy. I'm all day with this movie. Yeah, crapper's full. Yeah, I'll say it there. My #1 favorite. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And if you've been in my house, it's a staple every Christmas, multiple times. Dude, from the very beginning, like when he is shining up that freaking sled, he's like 1, 2, when flames come out and he goes all the way down, spinning around, like doing whatever, dude. And then one of the best scenes of all time, Andy. And I know, I mean, how much more can you milk Christmas Vacation? But when he is up in the attic and he is watching the old films and that song comes on from
The Spirit of Christmas.
Spirit of Christmas. Ray Charles. Dude, I cry every time. I've seen this movie 175 times, maybe more. And 175 plus times I've cried. Every time. I think of my dad. I think of the moments. I think of Christmas. And I had this song on my Christmas songs. So, anyways, no more to talk about. #1, Christmas Vacation.
Wish somebody took me up on that bet. I'd be $100 cheaper. I knew this was, or $100 richer now. Yeah, I knew this was yours for sure. They want you to say grace.
Grace! Grace died 15 years ago! I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Dude.
Chevy Chase, let's just talk about that. Is just.
Did you like him in Community? It seems like a show you would love.
I didn't watch a lot of it. I've seen some of it for sure. Chevy Chase back in his heyday, you know, SNL and then this stuff and all this stuff that was happening.
Spies Like Us.
There's something that, like, just his mannerisms are hilarious. He doesn't even have to say a word. The way that he reacts to what other people say is just, I die laughing. He's so funny. Now, in his older age, it's a little bit, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Community,
it's not the same.
kind of, like, he's different in Community. I wanted to like him a lot more.
Yeah.
I haven't watched.
Three Amigos. There you go. Yeah.
Fletch and Fletch Lives. I mean, him and Dan Aykroyd.
Who the little old lady voiced a long time ago.
Does anyone know who the little old lady voiced? So I'm guessing it's a cartoon or a puppet or something. I'm only thinking of where's the
Crazy Lady B is in the house. What is going on?
Crazy Lady, another Twitch. Wow, we're killing it on Twitch
We're
tonight.
killing it on the Twitch side.
Crazy Lady B, that's Bethany. Say hello to James. Give him a hug for us.
Missed that guy. Haven't seen you guys in a long
I'm
time.
well, he was on Paul's show this week for the first time.
I jumped in for a minute on there. Yeah, I was literally gonna say Betty Boop because you said old cartoon, and I just was like, I don't know, Betty Boop.
Really?
That's awesome.
That's the lady from Betty Boop.
Listen, Bethany, you don't have to hug him, but like you can just tell him.
Can you slap him for me? Can you slap him for me? Like, all right. But hey, 19 of you in here. Hopefully, you've all hit the like button. Drop your 4 favorites. It's time. It's Veda time. It's time for our P. Diddy time of the show.
We're pretty soon probably going to have to change that.
I'm sure we're going to have to change it eventually. We're milking it as long as possible. So, all about the Benjamins. The first time you've been here, Benjamins is what we call the honorable mention because somewhere around when we got started, we found out that Benjamin Franklin potentially could have been the 5th guy on the mountain. But, you trust the internet about everything. So, but he just missed the mountain. So what just missed our mountain today? We're going to play a little fun game. Here's the thing. Nothing that we mentioned today can be mentioned. So, man, I missed out on Empire Strike Back, which is a great one. I missed out on Evil Dead, Army of Darkness. I missed out
on Evil Dead 2.
Frozen 2. I missed out on I missed out. But here's the thing. We are about to call out from the depths some of the great sequels that we missed. This is the order today. Foxx, you're first. Andy second. I'm third. But in the second round, we go backwards. It's me, Andy, Foxx. Third, it's back again. Foxx, Andy, me. And then we'll finish with me, Andy, Foxx. That means I get back-to-back twice. You get back-to-back in the middle, Foxx. And you have the first pick. Aliens was a Kettlebriar in the house, by the way. Kettlebriar, guys, Kettlebriar is South Louisiana, Southeast coast, one of the best cosplayers in the business. Some of the greatest stuff you'll ever see. If you're not friends with him, you should be. Go follow his stuff. Kettlebriar is amazing. And Kettlebriar, I don't know, but will you be at Louisiana RetroCon or St. Tammany Collectors Con? I know you kind of took a break for a minute, and that was well needed. Are you going to be back? Let us know in the chat. We're talking about greatest sequels of all time. Foxx, you're up. Your first pick. Now, remember, nothing that's been mentioned today, and once you draft it, we can't draft it. So there are some big bangers left.
I'm going to go a different direction than my top 4 have been. A cartoon sequel, by the way, and an American Tale, 5-0 Goes West.
Nice. Come on.
Oh, did you just steal one from Andy? Listen, I remember watching this. Can I tell you something? What's that song that he sings? What's the song 5-0 sings in the first one? That's one of those other tear-jerking songs.
Oh.
All the way across the water or whatever. What's the name of that song? Gosh.
Something about the moon. I'm spacing.
Dude, that is a fantastic song. That's a great pick, though. The 5-0 Goes West is underrated. I love the first 5-0. 5-0 Goes West is very underrated.
Somewhere out there.
Yeah, that song is a banger.
Beneath the full moonlight.
Andy, the other day, last night actually, I was looking at a reel, and it said top 5 saddest songs of the 2000s.
I probably bang them all still today.
And number 1 was basically like the last song Linkin Park put out. That song is freaking sad, dude. I listened to it last night and I was like, gosh, I forgot all about this song.
Side note, really sad song from the 90s, the Verve Pipe, Freshman.
Oh gosh. The thing is, everybody thought it was a cool song until they figured out what it was about.
Oh my gosh, it's such, it's when you get into it, you're like, geez. We should do sad songs as a Rushmore.
Let's do it.
One more
light. Yeah, One More Light, Jay. Have you listened to this, Andy?
No, I need to go check it out.
by Linkin Park?
I probably have heard it, but
I know you have. It's been a while. It's not one of their banging hits because it came out like, I don't know, maybe like a month before he killed himself. But bro, it's like listening to him. It's like a suicide letter. It's crazy. That song is. Oh man, I was crying last night thinking about it.
Hey,
anyway,
sad songs you say, Bethany, you want to be on the episode when we talk about sad songs?
We'll do sad songs with Bethany, of course.
Sad songs with Bethany.
But music isn't for a while, so
yeah,
yeah.
We could put it in
nostalgia.
nostalgia.
Leave the light on. Opera Roach, Leave the Light On is a good one. I'm gonna have to find that reel again and shoot it to you, Andy.
I want to see it because I
All
probably.
right, so Andy, you're up.
Yeah. So again, the only real difference in the Benjamins is that with my criteria for my Rushmore, there had to be quite a chasm between the two, the original and the one that I picked, the sequel. This one, we're kind of splitting hairs a little bit. Whatever. We'll just throw it out there. I love the originals, but something about these. I'm going to go the Foxx route a little bit and do a little bit of horror comedy. I'm going Return of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead, my favorite zombie movie of all time. It's the first zombie movie where zombies were running. At least that's what it's credited as, where they would actually run. Plus all the quote, why do you eat people? Not people, brains. What about brains? The pain of being dead. This is great. It's a great movie. Return of the Living Dead.
No
That's my
people's Bud Files. Hey guys, Bud Files is going through like all of her members, and they are chatting up, like shouting people out. I watched it the other day. I was like flipping through and seeing all amazing, cool people. I think they went up to M. Hopefully one of those times we're gonna jump on there. But Green Day, Good Riddance. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. But here's a fun. Is it Good Riddance? That's one of those songs he doesn't play anymore. Is it Good Riddance? Because it was supposed to be a sad song about a breakup, and everybody used it for like.
It was a graduation song.
Graduation
2
song.
years. Yeah.
Time of your life. Yeah, and so he's like, he stopped singing it because he's like, you guys don't understand what it's about. Anyways, what did you guys think of Predator 2? It wasn't Predator 1. It was fun. I like when they were running through the city. It's not on my list today, but it's my turn. Okay, you're talking about big chasms. I don't think this is a big chasm either. Again, love the first one, but this is definitely my favorite of the series. Our friends, Pop Culture Pastor, which will be on not long from now, wrote this one in your little "What's Your Top 4" the other day, Andy.
Yeah.
Right? And it was Cold War movies. I'm going with Rocky 4. Ivan Drago.
Nice.
I that's my favorite. It's my favorite. I love Rocky 1, 2, 3. I even like the Creeds, the new stuff. Those could be on the mountain. But Rocky 4 is much more nostalgic for me. Seeing Ivan Drago punch that thing and just like pretty much, kill Apollo. Like, I mean, it was just crazy.
Hey, funny story. Somebody the other day thought that Pastor Doug, now Kirk, you're the only one who's going to get this. They thought he was Dolph Lundgren. They asked him, "Hey, are you Dolph Lundgren?"
Are you Dolph Lundgren?
To which he should have said, "I must break you."
Or Rocky 4 or Creed 2 better than the originals. I haven't seen Creed 2, but I do love Creed 1.
Hey, R.I.P. Carl Weathers. R.I.P. Carl Weathers.
Yeah, R.I.P. Yes, I will be there. Just got off the phone with Davey a few minutes ago, actually. We love Davey. Hopefully Davey is doing well. And one that was just mentioned by Kettlebriar. Andy, you knew I had to do it. I love this series. Going Aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Mother Alien comes out. This is the first one where there's like, so in the first one, there's kind of like alien, hence the word. One of my favorite sequel names for a movie, just add the S. I love that. And then not only did we get a bunch of them, but we got the mother. I mean, you're one ugly mother. Yeah, and like the whole scene with Sigourney Weaver and her in that, like whatever the heck that thing was, and fight the mother. Awesome. So, what's up, little Timmy? Little Tim in the house. Hope your summer's doing good, Farhan. Bo Nix looks like Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, I see that. House 2. Wait, House 2. Oh, wait.
Friday the 13th, 7.
So you lost me at Friday the 13th, 7.
Which one is that? Friday?
Which one is that?
Yeah, that's literally what I'm looking at.
My favorite Friday the 13th.
New Blood.
Is Jason X.
Jason X.
Dude, that soundtrack is bad to the bone.
Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack. Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack is crazy.
I want you to put her in timeout. All right, Andy, you're up.
Yeah. My next one, again, I don't think I'm going to get a lot of agreement with this, but if you know me, this makes perfect sense for my list. I mentioned I was going to talk about a Canadian actor, Austin Powers in Goldmember.
Oh, that's a deep cut in my list. I
love this
series.
Dude, how many times do we quote mole, 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 mole? I mean, it's
Get in my belly.
There's 2 things in this world that I can't stand: people who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch. I like gold.
The actor from Part 5 does cheap auto photos on whatnot.
There you
our
go.
guy, what's his name? Real life perspective. Our guy, New 80s Revolution, who's been on the show 3 times, and he will be on again with our guy Colin from Canada. We're gonna do retro TV dads. He is the biggest Friday the 13th fan I know, and he has a poster that has all of the Jasons autograph on it, but like 2. He's supposed to get 1 this week, and is supposed to get the other one some other time soon. I got about Darth. See ya, buddy. Yeah, Al Bundy might be on that list there. Jay, thanks for hanging out and staying, man. Darth, we pray for you, bro. Thanks for being here, and hopefully we'll see you again, man. I posted the photo this week on my IG. Oh, I saw that, and I was going to share that actually with Jason. Jason, one of my favorites. The Nintendo Switch 2 released today. Yes, it did. And we've been kind of talking about it. All right, so you got 2 picks now, Foxx.
Well, you stole Aliens from me.
Well,
but I had a feeling that was going to come up, so I didn't put it on my top 4. I figured that was going to Rushmore it, but I got to mention Spider-Man 2.
Dang it. This would be my one superhero movie I was picking.
Tobey Maguire?
Yeah.
Good one. Really good pick.
I'd argue it was the best of the Spider-Man movies almost all together. But that one was the one that really popped off, I think, with Doc Ock. And
oh, yeah.
It was really great.
Fryer says, get this gosh darn screwdriver out of my head. Best line from Living Dead. Yeah, this is a great movie. This is a great movie here, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
and then I think I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Clerks 2 for my advice.
Wow,
dude!
What? Wait, did you say you knew it? Andy, you knew he was going Clerks 2?
No, I said, dang it!
No.
Like he's taking all my Benjamins.
I knew you were gonna go Aliens. I figured, Kirk, but so I didn't. I put that on my Benjamin, so we didn't crush more. But I guess that was in your Benjamins. But
yeah,
Clerks 2.
I'm going to tell you,
Spider-Man
Aliens.
2.
So my whole list here, my whole top 4. I'm going to get it because I know Andy's not going to pick my other 2, just because I know where he's going. My 4 Benjamins all could have been on my list. Aliens being one of them, and I thought about it. So,
I caught that one earlier from you, Sean. I think we were in the middle of talking something. I didn't say it, so I would scroll back and find that reference.
dude, can I just say, Clerks is one of my favorite like low budget movies of all time. Like it's so great. It is such a good watch. And I love that whole Jay and Silent Bob series, like the whole Mallrats and
There it is.
Dogma and all of them. All about the innocent bystander. Yeah. So I saw that and I couldn't remember where it came from. I saw it. Yeah. And that's where it came from. Clerks. Never mind. I saw it and I was like, I can't remember. Anyways, the dialogue
is Clerks 2, more specifically, just had me rolling so many times. I was laughing so hard.
You guys suck and mean. Getting slapped, slap my. Hey, James, man.
She told us she didn't want to give you a hug. We said hug.
It's good to see you on Paul's show. And honestly, Andy just said it. We told her to give you a hug, and she said, "I have to give my husband a hug." And so you're like, "Okay, then slap him, whatever." The Jay and Bob reboot was awesome. Took me back. Yeah. All right, Andy. See if you can take.
You just went 1-2 off of my Benjamins, Fox. So man, I didn't know you'd be coming in dangerous like that. All right, I'm gonna do Ace Ventura.
Oh,
when nature calls, right?
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick that
one. This was on several lists. I love that first one so much.
I think it's great. Again, Benjamin's. I'm having to pick some that.
Now part 2 is funny. It's got more comedy, but like the whole, like coming out the rhino.
The rhino scene.
But as a movie, the first one is pedactor. Like the whole Jacob's Ladder, like, dude, it's such a good movie. Also, hi Fox, hi DJ Wise, Ace Ventura. All right, well, look, I'm gonna nail, dude. I don't do this very often. I got my top 8. I got it. Bang. All right, here you go. So this one could have been way up the mountain, and I didn't say this on purpose because I knew all of you guys were gonna go with the George of Star Wars movies.
Oh, he's picking another Star Wars movie.
Favorite Star Wars movie, Return of the Jedi, and not because it's the best. It is just my favorite, the most nostalgic. The Ewoks, the toys, the speeder bikes, the all like, dude, I love this movie so much. I was old enough to kind of start to understand what was going on. This movie was my Star Wars, and then it became from there. I'm going Return of the Jedi. Empire Strikes Back is great for all the reasons you said it is, and we're splitting hairs. But if I'm talking about my favorite of all time, it's Return. And next, I'm gonna finish off. And Fox, I thought you nailed me, dude. I thought you took it. With Spider-Man 2, but I'm going with the newest of the Spider-Mans, Spider-Man No Way Home. With Doctor Strange. This might be one of the best Marvel movies of all time. It was so good and flat out had to be on my mountain. I love all 3 Spider-Man, by the way, for different reasons. Tom Holland, though, to me is Peter Parker perfectly. In the newest iteration, with all the characters which kind of summed in after Infinity War, is just so freaking good. Let me just tell you, it's so good. So I nailed my top 8. Thank you.
Yeah, so my last pick here, this is the one that I purposely reserved for the end so that I would have less time of probably getting hate for. The first one in this series is one of the most beloved movies of all time, not just of its genre. When it comes to soundtrack, song, nostalgia, concept of a movie, what it meant for the movies, the first one, I get it. But I would argue that the third one has the best story.
I'm surprised I'm surprised you didn't say this in your top 4
I think you know where I'm going with this.
because I used it.
I'm gonna go. When the
Mr. Randy.
toys get donated to the daycare center, give me Toy Story 3.
Randy Newman. Let's
Toy
go,
Story
baby.
3. I would make the case that it's better than Toy Story.
Yeah.
I know. I get it. You got a friend in me and everything about it. I'm not arguing that. I just think if you watch Toy Story 3, I cry in that movie.
Okay, can I just share something? So I was watching. Almost every list has 2 and 3 better than 4. Every list. But 1 is like a perfect movie. 2 is a perfect sequel. But everybody was like, 3 was the perfect ending to a trilogy. And then they brought 4 out, and
I didn't love 4. It's okay.
Why
it's
did
not
you
bad.
do that? And it gets mixed reviews. But you're such so I had you for Die Hard, Star Wars, Toy Story, and Frozen 2. That was my top 4. I would have nailed it. But you went.
I do agree, PCG. They should have ended at 3. Apparently, there's a 5 in the works. Hopefully, they redeem from 4. 4 is just like totally different. They just throw in. It's so like 3 was perfect.
What's the guy's name? The old man. The spectator. What is he? Prospector.
The Prospector. Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of him.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of him.
I just like Sean said, bald in Toy Story 3. If you watch Toy Story 3 and don't cry, you don't have a soul. So that's it's so good.
I almost watched 2 and 3 last night. Instead, I tried watching Wrath of Khan. I almost watched Paddington 2 because it was on
Paddington 2 showed up on. Well, let's wait. Fox has another pick to close us out.
It was on the list. Anyways, go ahead.
I do? Okay.
You're right.
You get one more.
And we apologize. Fox. This is the last pick of the draft. There's a lot of good stuff left.
I'm going to show my age a little bit and say Short Circuit 2.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, don't get me wrong. That's another case where the first one's
95.
really good.
95.
But the second one, the city life and how innocent he was and how, he would help him kind of rip off cars on accident. And the dancing little Johnny Fives going around, I thought it was great.
I love part 1. If I'm being honest, I can't remember part 2. It's kind of like RoboCop. Like, there's certain movies from the 80s, like number 1 is bang, and number 2 is just like, yeah, it was fun. I can't remember it, and I bet it's good. I mean, robots was such a part of the 80s. Robots. It's robots.
Can we do robot movies?
We can do robot movies.
Robot movies would be fun.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, robot. It's robot.
Stop with all your robots.
Robots. Fox, do you know what that's from?
I'm not
Anybody
sure.
in the chat? Robots.
Robots.
The robots, I tell you. There it is.
He's got to know it.
Darklink's got to know.
Sounds like Futurama, kind of.
No.
No, my favorite TV show of all.
It's a really funny show. It's a great show. Kirk turned me on to this show, and I'm essentially done. I just haven't been able to pick up the ending of this. Where they're at now, I don't love because they took that guy away.
Yeah, that guy's gone. I'm waiting. It's the Goldbergs. The Goldbergs, where they kind of live in the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great show.
It's been a while since
you're
I've seen that
robots!
show.
He's
didn't make
talking
it
about.
too
He's talking about Adam's Toys and Star Wars and stuff.
Robots.
He calls
Jeff
it-
Garland is fantastic.
Jeff Garland is awesome. Hey, we got to 21 tonight. That's been a while. That's like since video games. Let's check that out. Hey, if you
People
haven't hit
love
the
their
like
sequels.
button already, please do that right now. Thank you, Fox, for being on the show. Share with the 20 people still hanging out. Don't go away yet. Don't go away yet. Don't go away yet. Don't go away yet. Tell Foxx, tell everybody where they can find you, what you got going on, and then let me tell you about next week.
You can catch me at Foxx Play Gaming on YouTube, as well as Foxx Siker on YouTube. I do a lot of gaming content, and I'll write it back down here in a few minutes. You can go to thewood.webador.com if you wish to check out my books and see what that's all about. I would super appreciate anyone who wants to ever come on and chat video games with me. I had some pretty cool people on there so far, and yeah.
30 likes. It's been a minute since we got the 30 likes. And that's okay, because look, once we got monetized, everybody stopped coming to hang out. Which is okay. We're not here to make millions. We're here to have fun and hang out with the community. But let me just say this. Speaking of hanging out with the community, next week is camp season. And Andy is leaving for camp with his youth. We will all be in prayer for his youth and to meet just a real relevant Holy Spirit at that campground. We love that. But because of that, Andy and I are missing next Thursday. But don't get worried. We are making that show up next Tuesday. So
the Tuesday after.
Like the Tuesday after. So next week we're off. But the week after, we're going Tuesday and Thursday. And that Tuesday show, we have some of our best buds. We are going to be doing with pop culture pastor, athletes who act. Athletes who act. So yes, wrestlers, yes, football players, basketball players, whatever. If they're actors and they or they've been in movies and they are an athlete, even if you don't think wrestling's an athlete, then we are going to be talking about them. And then on Thursday, that Thursday after, we kind of mentioned this earlier, we are going to have El Capitan. We're going to have El Capitan, my captain, my captain from Iraq, whatever one you say, Iraq. And he is coming on the show along with Retro Maniac, our good bud, Jeff Huffstetler, who loves wrestling, by the way. And him and his son go to all the indie shows. He's going to be here, those two guys on Batman movies. So the top Batman movies of all time, not just live action, animated is included, but it has to be a movie. So we're going to talk movies. And then we're going to finish off with Dusty Flotilla, who was in the chat, and Iowa Retro Gamer Dad. They're going to do training montages, like from Rocky, like from Armageddon.
You're the best.
Speaking of that, I had a couple that training montages in some of the other picks I was going to have today. Declan, thanks for being here. Yeah, like John Cena, of course. But John Cena, it would probably be an okay pick nowadays. But yeah, awesome show, such awesome time. So glad to meet you, Foxx. Everybody go check out Dark Link. In his Dark Link Gaming, DJ Wise, Batman movies. DJ, we missed you. Come hang out, man. You're now all moved in. Hopefully you can come hang out some more. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be on Sean's show. I have to say that slow. Sean's show. We're doing the toys that made us. And so, toys from our childhood. And so I think it's a top 5, and it's like a draft. It's more like the Benjamins. So I'm kind of working on my list right now to make sure I have a great list. And let's see, Revs, Jay, thank you for coming back and hanging out with us tonight. Jessica, we love you so much. Thank you for being here. Declan, thanks for coming to hang out.
I just want to make sure anybody got my reference here.
All right, Declan, I've never seen Cena act. Is that? I don't know.
He said John Cena. You can't see him.
I was looking for a quote with Declan and Cena together. I got
No.
Okay. Yeah, I missed it.
I've never seen him act. You can't see him.
Yeah. I thought you were giving me a quote from a movie that there was a Declan in. And I was like,
No.
I don't know it.
No.
So yeah, that's what's coming up. And got some conferences coming up. We've got we are booking right now for sports. If you want to be on a sports episode, we are booking in October. That was so perfect. We're booking in October. Dark Link, we'd love to have you on the show. You could be on the video games in January and February, but you could be in sports if you know sports, or food. Everybody knows food. You can come in food. Food is November and December. So, and then we start back over with video games January and February. Send me a message on Instagram or wherever. Make sure, here's what you got to do. Here's your thing. Hit the like button. We're about to exit. Go into the chat and tell us right now, as soon as the show ends, go back in the chat and tell us your worst sequel of all time. Just number one. The worst sequel of all time. As soon as we hit end. And tomorrow, there will be on our Instagram a vote. And Christmas Vacation is the George. I win. Andy, I feel like you're going to win this week. And
I always win the weeks I shouldn't win.
I mean, you pulled off Frozen 2, Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, I don't know. And then Foxx. Go vote for one of us and see who wins that show. We'll announce that next week. And it's time to say goodnight.
Well,
we did it good
you,
tonight.
everybody.
2 hours and 20 minutes. We've been pushing that 3-hour mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The night is young.
Ever.
The night is young.
Once we hit in stream, go drop it.
I already got mine ready, queued up. So anyway, Foxx, thanks for joining us tonight. Everybody in the chat, thank you for joining us. Let's say goodnight like we always do. This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top 4.
And nothing more.
Peace.